would like to speak about my dad. Like for any son, dad is the first hero. It's because as a kid you grow up seeing the responsible person taking actions and you learn from him. And yes, dad, you are my hero first. And I would just want to share some incidents. I still remember the day when I was a kid. My dad was a carom champion. Like we used to play with him a lot, and I was so desperate that I wanted to beat him. I wanted to show what his son is. I wanted to show him that. So he knows that I'm trying very badly, but I used to lose all the time because that time he taught me winning is not easy. That is the thing he has taught me. And one day he noticed that I was very desperate to win over him. And you know what he did? He saw it in my eyes and he intentionally lost that match because he wants me to win. Actually, that was the day he really won my heart. I really wanted to thank you, Dad, for that because you taught me that he's a kind of a person you actually know how to act accordingly. I've learned from him. And also, one of the incidents I would like to share is that when I was a kid, I used to fear a lot to go to school. Like it was a serious situation. Like I used to, whenever the auto or the rickshaw comes, I used to vomit. I used to be so scared. Like every day, it's not been for days, not for weeks, it's been for months. I've been vomiting because I was so scared to go to school. And my dad and mom consoled me saying that like, see, if it's a problem, you tell us if there's any issue. That did not work out. Like they were soft enough, they were nice enough, that did not work out. But it's been a serious issue for me, but even I can consider it. Every morning I used to vomit because of I'm scared of going to school. You know what dad did one day? My dad just locked me up in the house and said that unless and until you overcome this, you're not going anywhere, you'll be here only. And it was a scary thing. It was a scary thing for me. And he is very strict sometimes. You know what happened the next day? A miracle happened. A small kid who has been vomiting every day stopped vomiting because I don't know what happened. The next day onwards, I did not vomit anymore. I directly went to school. I did not feel fear at all anymore. Yes, my dad is sometimes very harsh. You people might have worked with him. He is sometimes very harsh. But for that situation, that is the best situation. Sometimes being harsh is a quality of a leadership. And that is something I've learned from my dad. There are many things that I've learned from my dad. Thank you for that. If you haven't done that day like that, maybe for my entire school time, I should be vomiting every day because I was so scared about it. Thank you, I've taken such a decision. And thank you, Mom, for taking such a decision. Because of that, I'm normal now. Thank you. And what? I have to talk about how much he's passionate about learning things. Like when computers were very new that times. My dad, whenever there's a problem in the computer, some computer expert used to come and used to repair. You know what my dad used to do? He used to stand over there, observe him everything what he is doing. He used to ask him many questions like what happens in the hardware, what happens there over there. And that person never tells everything because he's going to lose his business. Because if my dad learns everything, he will not call him again and again. So I used to ask my dad, why are you paying him, just enjoy your time watching TV, he will do his work and go. My dad said, no, you have to learn things. And you know what happened one day? After that salesperson or the computer person leaves, he again opens the hardware, he sees everything, he checks each and every option in the LAN, Wi-Fi and everything. He wants to learn everything. That's the kind of a person he is. Like, he's so passionate about learning. And next time when the problem came for me when I was playing some computer car race, I was searching in the telephone directory for the number of that computer expert for him to call him. And there comes my dad like a hero, like he knows everything, has already learned everything, and he directly solves the problem. Then I realized that yes, you have to learn things. That is the things, he's so passionate about learning things. Like whenever someone comes, he learns. He keeps on learning things because that's the way he has handled things. And I'm inspired from him because of this. Because he told me you have to learn everything, you have to not depend on everyone. And I'm sure that is the kind of a person who is sitting over here. He learned everything by himself. by reading books and doing experimentations. And the last thing that I want to share is that his approach towards problem solving. Like, see, my mom is a lawyer, my dad's a lawyer. I know these two persons all sometimes discuss things, and I am the person who used to open my books and used to listen to them, what these guys are discussing. And I used to be inspired from my dad's logic, the way he talks and all. There is some logic in everything he speaks. And I've learned one thing. The one thing I've learned is that it's a very important learning in my life. Like, when you think about a problem, there will be more problems. Once the problem is there, you have to start thinking about the solutions. Because when you start thinking about the solutions, you will be getting many solutions. That is one important life thing I have learned from my dad. And Dad, I just wanted to say some things, that you have been an inspiration before. And even now, you were my first hero, and still you are my hero. Thank you for that. And I also would like to thank my mom, because I am sure she's always been there during the good times of the family, bad times of the family with my dad. Thank you. I expect that in future also. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for giving me this wonderful life. Thank you.